Hi, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Amanda Gould, and I'm a Star Diamond coach with Team Beachbody. I'm also a wife and a mom of one little boy with another little guy or girl on the way due in just a few weeks. So, in one of my challenge groups recently, I received the question about what to do after you've finished maybe a few rounds of the 21 Day Fix, or you've done a few different programs and you've lost the weight you want to lose, but now you're ready to maintain. What does that maintenance look like? And I know that this is an extremely difficult topic for some people. I know that for me personally, I was really good at either losing the weight. I was really good at losing the weight. And then next thing you know, a few months later, the 10 pounds I lost would be back on. There was never that in between. There was never that holding on to the weight I had lost until I found out about the Portion Fix system and was able to carry that and Shakeology and the healthy habits I learned into a lifestyle that helped me maintain until, of course, I got pregnant and ended up where I am right now, which I have to say, even following the 21 Day Fix maintenance plan throughout pregnancy has been extremely beneficial. And I've already gained way less than I did in my first pregnancy by this point, just by following some of the simple steps that I'm going to share with you today. So on page, I want to say it's page 80 of the 21 Day Fix nutrition guide, they do talk a little bit about maintenance and the different ways that you can calculate the calories and calorie brackets. But one thing that I want to remind you is that weight maintenance is an ongoing thing. And a quote that I read on the Beachbody message boards when I was doing just a little bit of research to make this video is that the goal of every single Beachbody program is that people will eventually develop the knowledge to eat intuitively on their own without measuring and tracking everything they eat. So a lot of maintenance is really being aware of the rules of clean eating and adapting that to fit your lifestyle and really listening to your body. So you need to create new rules for yourself in order to make this a true lifestyle change. And I was thinking about a few questions that you might want to ask yourself when you're going into this maintenance phase. And that is, how often did you finish all the containers right on target? So I need to be honest, during my first few rounds of the 21 Day Fix, while I worked extremely hard to meal plan and create a plan that actually fit right into those, right into the container brackets, one of the things I struggled with was that I was always either missing an orange or eating too many teaspoons to make up for that orange because I preferred almond butter to salad dressings. That was just one of my personal preferences. Or if I found myself going over in containers, it was almost always on the protein. My body craves extra protein. I'm a big meat eater. I love my eggs. I like yogurt. I drink my shake every day. So I've always found myself going over on the proteins. But then when I looked, asked myself further, I said, okay, how often do you finish all your containers on target? And then that second question, I guess I kind of jumped ahead a little bit, is when you went over, what was it most of the time? So like I said, mine was protein, but for some other people, it might be that blue container. Maybe you really enjoy hummus and avocados and almonds and those things, and you're working on juggling how to fit that all into this new lifestyle you're creating for yourself. The third question to ask is, do you have enough energy throughout the day? So thinking about how you're spacing your meals and your snacks to fit those energy levels. What are you eating? Is there a chance that you're not fueling your body properly enough before or after workout, and you might need to add an extra protein or an extra carb to accommodate that? And then number 4, did you always lack in one area? So I know for me personally, I am almost always missing out on one of my greens. And this is something I struggle to work with all the time. I put it on my refrigerator. I will eat 4 servings of vegetables every day, and try to make a really conscious effort to do that. But when I find myself lacking, that is typically where it's at. So taking all of those things into consideration and creating a maintenance plan that works for you within a decent calorie bracket, but also realizing and listening to your body as to what it really needs. Do you really need that ice cream after dinner? Or would you be okay with, a half a serving of grapes or a half a banana or something else to get that sweet fix instead of the ice cream. I think a lot of it is really taking what you learned and, again, taking the principles of clean eating and carrying that over into a truly healthy lifestyle. We definitely get stuck in the mentality that it's dieting or I'm eating what I want, instead of really enjoying clean foods and turning them into what you want. So that's just my 2 cents on maintenance. It is definitely, especially with the accountability and the support that we provide in our challenge groups, it is definitely possible to keep yourself in check. One of the things that I will recommend is, if you find yourself not using your containers anymore, which is fine after a few rounds, once you get the idea and you know what you should be eating and what feels good and where your energy is at for the day, one of the recommendations I do have is to focus on seeing those things that maybe you would go over on or treat yourself to a little bit more. So like I might, when I'm following maintenance, measure out a little too much brown rice or have a bigger sweet potato than I normally would. So every once in a while, to keep myself in check and to remember what those portions look like, I will pull out my yellow container and I will be certain to measure out exactly what a serving of brown rice looks like. Or I'll buy the mini oatmeal packets, the plain oatmeal, so that I know I'm only getting one serving instead of just pouring it haphazardly into my bowl in the morning. So just a few things to keep in mind. I hope these tips help. It is extremely possible to continue going, especially nutrition-wise, to maintain your weight. Now, just one more point is that when you're looking at exercise as part of a maintenance routine, the most important thing is to make sure that you're eating enough and listening to your body, but there's no reason to say, if you were doing 7 days a week of the 21-day fixed workouts, there's no reason to say, well, I'm in maintenance now, I'm only going to do 3 or 4 days. In my opinion, there's no such thing as maintenance workouts. I think that we should always be pushing and striving to better ourselves and increase our strength or increase our stamina. So maybe you actually need to find something a more challenging workout for you. Or finding something, if you're starting to be bored of a program that you're using, find something that might be more fun. We just released Country Heat. So even though that might not necessarily be more challenging in the sense like you're lifting heavier weights or you're working on toning in that way, it gives you that energy again, revitalizes you to jump into a new program and to try something different to keep yourself going and moving forward. That's just one of my other tips. Even while pregnant, I'm still working out at least 5 to 6 days a week, and it feels great. That's what also helps give you that energy to keep going every day. So again, hope these tips help. As always, in the comments below, just leave any questions you may have or any feedback or any tips of your own as to what's worked for you with creating a maintenance plan coming off of the 21-Day Fix or any of our Beachbody programs. Hope that you are having a fabulous day.